study people who are at the pinnacle of anything, you recognize that to get there, motivation was maybe 1% of the formula. Maybe. Winners don't need motivation. Winners need discipline. Discipline's about getting it done because it needs to get done, not because I feel like it, not because I'm motivated for it.
The quote that changed my life was, don't let what you're good at define who you are. Who are you if you can't do what you're good at? So when the pandemic hit, you know, before that, I'm a barber, and I still am a barber, but I thought that was all I had to offer to the world. Now I'm sitting at the crib thinking, who is Victor Fontanez if I can never cut hair again? And that was a realization where I saw that God blessed my voice a long time ago before he blessed my hands. So you gotta reinvent yourself.
I just didn't want to live anymore. I was happy to die at 27. I was happy to finish, that was it. Nothing or nobody could bring me back. Not my wife and kids, didn't care about nothing. Every day I woke up, I just wanted to die. It's a crazy way to be, but only people who understand, like, who's been through depression and all that sort of stuff, will understand what I'm saying. And when you're so down and every day you wake up, even if it's sunshine and it's grey and you're negative all the time, and you're infectious, you infect people who are around you, make them negative and down, and you push everybody away and you just want to be left alone, like in a dark corner, and left alone. If you had your arm chopped off, and people could see it and they know you've got a proper injury. But with you being mentally unwell, you can't see it in someone's brain. So I could be here now and I look okay, but I could be hearing voices in my mind, or I could be going back and forth with my own self. It's one of the worstest things that I've ever experienced, like being punched in the face or whatever has happened to me in my life. Nothing could ever compare with mental health struggle.
Life is precious and it's beautiful just to wake up in the morning. Before I used to take it all for granted. I didn't care. I didn't care about nothing. I didn't care about family, friends, relatives, achievements. I didn't care about fuck all. I just didn't care. But now, after going to hell and back, I appreciate fresh air and a glass of water.
Gratitude.
Smaller things in life. Because when you've lost, you never know what you've really got until it's gone.
Yeah.
But I've had the opportunity to be shot down and come back, you know, and you really find out who your friends are, who the people are really behind you, who leaves, who jumps off, and everybody just loves a winner. Nobody wants to be around a loser. Nobody wants to be around a man who's lost his mind.
This guy was failing out of high school, but he promised his mother he would take a test called the SAT. Well, this guy takes it, he gets a 1480 out of 1600. His mother says, "Did you cheat?" Right? She knows her son, and he says, "I swear to God, I tried to cheat, but the way the numbers were." So what he decides is, because he realizes he's smart and he's going into his senior year, he says, "I'm gonna go to class." Graduates, goes to a community college, and becomes this massively successful magazine entrepreneur. 12 years after all this guy's success, he gets a letter in the mail. The year he took the test, he was one of 13 people sent the wrong SAT score. His actual score was a 740 out of 1600. And he said, "People think my whole life changed when I got the 1480. But what happened? My whole life changed when I started acting like a 1480. And what does a 1480 do? He goes to class. What I do, not how I feel about my past, is going to determine who I am in the future."
Hi, I'm Walden Schmidt.
Hello.
That's Schmidt, S-C-H-M-I-D-T.
Okay. It's nice to meet you, Walden. I'm Susan, S-U-S-A-N.
Can I buy you a drink, Susan?
No, thanks. I'm waiting for some friends.
No problem.
Excuse me.
Right now, she's heading into the bathroom. She's wondering, why did he spell his last name? Maybe I should know who he is. So now she's taking out her phone and Googling me. The first hit on my name is the Forbes 500 website, at which point in time she finds out exactly how much money I make. She forgets to go to the bathroom, along with everything she learned in Sunday school, slaps on some lipstick and comes back into the bar. Wow. She probably unbuttons one button on her blouse. And...
You know what? I changed my mind about that drink.
I'm tired of giving my all and never being enough. I'm tired of changing for people who don't even recognize my change. I'm tired of crying myself to sleep at night and waking up in the morning and not recognizing myself. I'm tired of not being enough.
What makes you hate yourself? Is it the red shoes?
What?
Is it the red shoes?
No.
Are you sure? Because they're fucking red. Don't you be smiling like that. You'll fuck everything up. You've been so hard on yourself. I love that you have such high standards. But those aren't high standards. That's called perfection. And most people overestimate what they can do in a year. And they underestimate what they can do in 2 or 3 decades. And you haven't been around long enough to have those extra 2 or 3 decades. So don't fuck it up. There's time. And if you give yourself just a little bit of time, and if you'll be a little more loving to yourself, I think you're gonna find you got a lot to give.
We all have 2 lives. The second begins when you realize you only have one.